Cool. Hello, hello, hello. Here's your mic, sir.
Yeah.
I'm talking to this mic for real.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit right here next to you, right here.
Okay.
Ask you a couple questions.
Go
So
ahead.
we're here with. What's your name?
My name is Elminster Penny Porchatelli Aruga, also known as Sephiroth Alvarcianis. I was named from biological name.
Okay. So what brung you to Columbia, Maryland?
Well, I was walking down the freeway and I saw an exit. I thought to step off because the people around the area seemed like they were interesting, positive orientated situational personnel. The color division is always someone who is always um brought down, someone who's always, you know, the colored people have made it a quite a distance and the time they're in. John F. Kennedy was actually, from what I know, from what I believe, he was assassinated because he was trying to get colored people civil rights back in the 50s. The civil rights movement should have happened back in the 50s, not 64 in Memphis, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
But when we have and they made it quite a long way. They did pretty well for themselves.
Yes, they
But
did.
when we have colored dolls on the shelf,
Mm-hmm.
because there's always white Barbie dolls, always, you haven't seen colored Barbie dolls.
Mm-hmm.
When we have colored Barbie dolls, that's when the colored people made it all the way, and they will actually see the way the white folk reciprocate there then. They're keeping their silence and acting a certain way, like they know colored people have the rights, but they're not speaking their truth. When we have the colored adults, that's when they will come out of their shell,
Mm-hmm.
and we will know exactly what it is that they thought in the first substance to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And we will conquer them because the colored nation, believe it or not, the Jamaicans and others,
I'm Jamaican, by
Niagarans,
the way. So Rock also
yes,
Jamaican. Yeah.
my Ondega is Jamaican. His name is Jerry Bowser, and he goes by another name, Dre Cooler. But if any situation is substance, hold on a second. We got
You're
children
good.
coming on.
You're good. Hello, hello.
¿Cómo está, muchacho? If anything is all as far as in this situation,
Mm-hmm.
is that the colored people will find a way to remain on top.
Yes, they
I
will.
myself
Keep
am
talking.
Jamaican.
You keep talking.
I myself am Jamaican. My father, my Ondega, is very well put forth. He can do things unimaginable. I'm sure of it. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
He prefers me as the one referred to as ISIS therein.
Yeah.
That's not a problem either.
Yeah.
But in this situation, we're looking for another place we can go off, another dimension, perhaps the realm, paradox, or consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
But in that situation, we have come quite a ways to interpret as such.
Yeah.
In the place of a Colombian,
Mm-hmm.
that is actually an interesting question. Is the Colombians did do many reciprocant things there, and they brought us halfway integer. We have to make it the rest of the way. So we
Mm-hmm.
hold the job. We do the best we can there, and
Of course.
everybody wants to be number one, right? Everyone
Yeah.
wants to be the best. And I said, if you do the best at what you do,
Yes, sir.
always doing the best at your job, are you not considered the best?
Yeah, I agree with you.
There's nothing before or after that. But if you need to know the philosophy of being the best,
Can I ask you another question?
go ahead.
Where do you believe that you're gonna go when you die?
I believe I'm going to go straight to the place people there and don't need to go off of, the place where people only ever suffer and torment.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you do the thing that's really, people will try and take you straight under. But interestingly enough,
Mm-hmm.
about 25% of the way through, if not 37% of the way through,
Mm-hmm.
they have servants, gold jewelry. They give you everything and more until you get past that, and then you're into someplace else. But
There you go.
if you need to know, I am what's referred to as the Vampire Emperor. When I go downstairs, I'm going into the underworld, the place we know as the place the vampires, so celebrities, parties, all sorts of things. And it can go both ways. It really can. It depends on the situation. But I myself know something very
Trying
well.
to get into this?
My two soulmates
Oh, it's not
therein have
what
held on for the longest time
I didn't
therein,
send that. I
and
didn't
I'm
send that to
always
her. I was
holding
sending
on,
that to some
hoping to know
to.
something extra.
I took that.
I was
That's a
hoping
fucking
they would
banana.
show up,
I didn't take. I didn't send that to nobody.
but with a bag of
That's a
chips in
fucking
my
banana.
hand
I just
at
put it in there.
7-Eleven,
Do it. Yes, I know.
they
I
might
didn't send
not
it
be
to.
so happy. I tried
No,
to
I delete. I
reciprocate to
was
them,
sending
but
it.
they just
Listen. Yes, I was sending
they
it
get
to
really
Uzi.
brought on by things. In the
I was
forest the
sending it
night
to Uzi.
before, I could have sworn I heard
I was sending
something,
it to you.
something very intricate. I didn't realize it was them. If I did know, well, I would have been well put forward towards the situation because they had everything there, and that's actually what's going on in this whole situation. Believe it or not, that is the creme creme in the bell of the ball. That and more. Columbia, Baltimore. They're in west side, not the east. We traveled up the east, but we're in the west side, so perhaps the gunslinging isn't exactly out of hand, not just yet.
Hmm.
We'll find out in the long run. My name is Seprat Alvarcian. It's
Yes,
also
sir.
known as El Mr. Penny Porchatelli Ruga.
Penny
Yours and out.
Pusher. Yes, sir. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you so much, bro. You're super cool. I hope that you enjoy your chips. Give me a dapper. I hope you enjoy your chips, bro. You have a good rest of your day, okay? Yeah. Thank you.